Today we are going to read Survival Adventure. Wilf took a tent round to Chip's house. He and Chip were going to sleep in it. I have never slept in a tent before, said Chip. I wonder what it will be like. It will be fun, said Wilf. But we'll need a survival kit.
We'll need a survival kit.
As you can see that Wilf has brought his tent to Chip's house. They thought that they'll need a survival kit. Do you know what is a survival kit? Let's read the next page to find what is a survival kit. Wilf had lots of things in a rucksack. These can go in a survival kit, he said. We'll need them to survive outside. I've got a torch, a ball of string, a plastic sheet, some chocolate and a first aid box. What else will we need to survive? I've got a mirror, a pencil and notebook and a bag of crisps, said Chip. Biff came out with a big umbrella. You might need this. It's going to rain, she said. You can't have an umbrella in a survival kit, said Wilf. Don't be silly, Biff.
Don't be silly, Biff.
Now, children, as you can see that Wilf, Chip and Biff have got different things for their survival kit. But the most exciting thing was carried by Biff. She got an umbrella. Chip and Wilf said, we don't need umbrella in our survival kit. Let's find out whether an umbrella is useful or not. That evening it began to rain. It rained so hard that Chip and Wilf couldn't sleep outside in the tent. In the end, Mom said they could camp on Chip's bedroom floor. You won't need a survival kit here, said Biff. So children, have you understood now what is a survival kit and why do we need it? Well, survival kit consists of all the things that we need when we are living outside our house. On this page we can see that it was raining outside. So Mom advised the children that they can camp inside the house. Biff said they don't need a survival kit anymore. Do you think? Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. The children were pulled into a new adventure. If this is going to be a survival adventure, said Biff, I'm taking the umbrella. You won't need an umbrella on a survival adventure, shouted Chip. Don't be silly! Here we can see that the children have been taken to a new adventure. Where will they go on the new adventure? Any guesses? Amy was tired and fed up. The wagons were stuck. They had been stuck for 2 days. Amy's family was on a long journey. They were going to a new land. They were taking everything in the wagon. They had come a long way and they had a long way to go. Stay close to the wagon train, said Amy's father. Don't wander off. It's easy to get lost in the woods. Amy didn't listen to her father. I'll go and pick some wild berries, she thought. If I don't go far, I won't get lost. Amy's family was going on a long journey. Amy's father instructed her to stay close to the wagon train. He told her not to go any further as she might get lost. But Amy didn't listen to her father. She thought if she won't go far, she won't get lost. Amy found lots of blueberries in the wood, but she didn't stay close to the wagon train. She just went on and on. I must get back, she thought at last. But she couldn't find her way. All the trees looked the same. Oh no, I'm lost, she thought. Poor Amy is in trouble now. Amy, why didn't you listen to your dad? Children, what do you predict? Who will help Amy to come out of this? Amy was frightened. She didn't know which way to go. Suddenly, something closed on her foot. It was a trap and she couldn't get it off. Help! Help! Shouted Amy. Help me, somebody! But Amy was a long way from the wagon train and nobody could hear her.
Help! Help!
Have you ever seen this kind of trap? Basically, the hunters use these traps to catch animals. Poor Amy has been trapped now. Little Fox was tired and fed up. He had been in the woods all day looking for honey, but he hadn't found any. Every time he found a tree with a bee's nest, the honey was gone. Now he was lost. Little Fox knew why there was no honey. There was a brown bear in the woods. The bear had taken all the honey. Little Fox was frightened. He was a long way from the village, and the bear was not far away. I must be careful, thought Little Fox. The name of this boy is Little Fox. He's tired and exhausted. He was looking for honey, but he didn't find any honey. Do you know why didn't he find any honey? Yes, the bear has eaten up all the honey. This is how Little Fox got to know that the bear is somewhere around. And he's very close to him. Little Fox heard Amy shouting. Someone is in trouble, he thought. He ran through the trees as fast as he could. He found Amy caught in the trap. Little Fox tried to open the trap, but he wasn't strong enough. Poor Amy, why didn't you stay with the wagon train? Look what has happened now. But I am really happy with Little Fox, who is trying his level best to open the trap. The bear was a long way away, but he heard Amy shouting too. He stood on his hind legs and sniffed the air. The bear could smell Amy and Little Fox. He was a bad-tempered bear. He didn't like people in his part of the wood. Guess what? The bear has heard Amy shouting, and he's very angry because he doesn't like anyone to be in his part of the wood. Let's see, what will the bear do next? The magic key took Biff, Chip and Wilf to the woods, where Little Fox was helping Amy. Little Fox and Amy were amazed. They had never seen children like these before. Biff, Chip and Wilf were amazed too. It looks like they are in trouble, said Chip. The children could see that Amy was caught in the trap. They ran to help Little Fox. Together they pulled open the jaws of the trap. "Ah!" said Chip. "What a horrid thing!" "The trappers use them to catch animals," said Little Fox. Traps like these are cruel. Now we can see that the magic key has taken Wolf, Chip, and Biff in this adventure, where Amy is crying for help. Children found that someone is in trouble. They went to help Amy, and guess what? Together they were able to open the trap. Look at the power of unity. The trap had hurt Amy's leg. Wolf put a bandage on it. Biff and Little Fox smashed the trap with a rock. "It's a good idea to smash the trap," said Little Fox. "But we shouldn't make all this noise. The bear will hear us." Oh my goodness, poor Amy has hurt her leg. So Wolf has put the bandage around her leg. Little Fox warned them that we should not make any noise as the bear is very close to us. Please stay quiet. Shh. Suddenly, the children heard a roar. The bear came out of the trees and ran towards them. All the children were frightened. "Oh, help!" shouted Wolf. "This bear doesn't look very friendly. Run!" I can't," said Amy. Finally, the bear came out of the trees and ran towards the children. They ran here and there, but Amy couldn't run. Why couldn't she run? Yes, you're right. She couldn't run because she has got hurt. Biff had an idea. She opened the umbrella and shut it. Then she opened it and spun it round and round. The bear stopped. He was afraid of the umbrella. He had never seen anything like this. Then he gave a roar and ran away. The funniest thing happened in the story is Biff opened and shut the umbrella in front of the bear. And guess what? Bear got scared of the umbrella. He roared and ran away. "That was brilliant," said Chip. "But how did you know that bears are afraid of umbrellas?" "I didn't," said Biff. Suddenly, it began to rain. "Now who says you can't have an umbrella in a survival kit?" she said. "Don't get wet, everyone. Come under the umbrella." See, Biff was right. Even we did not realize that umbrella was so useful to the children. She has frightened the bear, and then when it started raining, Biff called everyone under the umbrella. Oh Biff, you were so right about the umbrellas. I'm so proud of you. Smart girl. After it stopped raining, the children went on. At last, they came to a river. Little Fox told everyone to keep quiet. Then he lay down on the bank and put his arm in the water. Suddenly, he caught a fish. "That's amazing," said Chip. "I couldn't do that."
That's amazing!
Little Fox showed them an amazing trick. Do you know what was that? Yes, he has just put his arm in the water and caught a fish. Yes, a fish. Can you do that? Well then, Little Fox. "How do we cook it?" asked Amy. "We don't have a fire." But Little Fox made a fire. He made it with a bow and a stick. That's amazing too, said Chip. He's lit a fire without any matches. Amy was wondering how will they cook this fish. But Little Fox made the fire easily using bow and a stick. Chip was quite amazed to see all this. Without any matches, Little Fox was able to make a fire. It was getting dark and it was beginning to rain again. Chip and Wilf put up the tent. Biff and Amy put up the plastic sheet to make a shelter. Little Fox cooked the fish and the children sat round the fire. They ate the fish and the berries that Amy had picked. Then they ate the chocolate. Amy told everyone about her mother and father. She told them how the wagon train had got stuck in the mud. Amy began to cry. Maybe I'll never see my mother and father again, she said. Don't worry, said Phil. We'll find them. It was a time to use survival adventure kit. Biff and Amy put up the plastic sheet to make the shelter. They ate fish, chips, and at the end, chocolates. After that, Amy told everyone about her parents. But Wilf consoled her that we will find your parents. Don't worry, we will help you. Suddenly, Biff grabbed the umbrella and jumped to her feet. She ran outside and began to shout. Help! She called. We have been surrounded. Everyone jumped up. Biff spun the umbrella round and round. Go away! Go away! She shouted.
Go away! Go away!
Biff went outside with an umbrella and she began to shout. She spun her umbrella round and round and screamed. Who are these people? Do you have any idea? Who are these strange people? Why have they come here? What are they looking for? Little Fox laughed and laughed. Ha ha ha. Everyone laughed. This is my father, said Little Fox. He thought I was lost. He was looking for me. Sorry, said Biff. You were very brave, said Little Fox's father. Yes, she frightened the bear, said Little Fox. We have got the answer for our question. Who was this strange man? Yes, you are right. This strange man is the father of Little Fox. He has come to find Little Fox who had been lost. Little Fox's father is also praising Biff as she has tried to save her friends using the umbrella. Well done, Biff. You have made all of us proud. The children told Little Fox's father about their adventures in the wood. They told him about the trap. He laughed when they told him how the bear was afraid of Biff's umbrella. It's easy to get lost in the woods, said Little Fox's father. Amy told Little Fox's father about the wagon train. My mother and father will be worried about me, she said. They'll think I have been killed by a bear. Don't worry, said Little Fox's father. We will soon find the wagon train. They all sat around the fire. Children were telling them about their adventures in the wood. They told them how did Biff frighten the bear. Amy told Little Fox's father that she will never find her parents. Little Fox's father said that we will try to find the wagon soon. They were having a good time together. In the morning, Little Fox's father found the wagon train. Amy's mother and father were glad that Amy was safe. We looked and looked for you in the woods, said her father. When we couldn't find you, we thought you had been killed by a bear. I almost was, said Amy. The wagons were still stuck. We've been stuck like this for 3 days, said Amy's father. Little Fox looked at his father. Can't we help? He said. Can't we all help pull them out? Little Fox's father laughed. He spoke to his men. Soon they pulled the wagons out of the mud.
Can't we help pull them out?
Thanks God. At last, Amy was reunited with her parents. Amy's parents told them that they have been stuck here for last 3 days. Upon which, Little Fox said to his dad that we must help them. And then Little Fox's dad ordered his men to pull the wagons out from the mud. At last, the wagon train was able to go on. The children watched them for a long time. I wouldn't like to be on that wagon train, said Biff. It will be a hard journey. There are no shops to buy food, and there isn't a doctor if they are ill. Now, as we can see that the wagon train was able to go on. Children watched the wagon train for a very long time. They waved Amy. Biff shared her views. She wouldn't like to be on the wagon train as she thinks it will be a hard journey with no food, shops, or doctors. The magic key began to glow. It was time for the adventure to end. Biff gave Little Fox the umbrella. You can use it to frighten away the bears. She laughed. Biff looked at Wilf and Chip. Umbrellas are useful in a survival kit, after all, she said.
Umbrella is useful.
Magic key began to glow, which means that it was the time for the adventure to end. Biff gave her umbrella to Little Fox, as she thinks that Little Fox might need it to scare the bears. The children liked the survival adventure. The next day, they put the tent up. Biff wanted to make Wilf and Chip laugh. Look, what's outside? She said. And I haven't got my umbrella now. Oh no, laughed Wilf. What shall we do? We can't survive without Biff's umbrella. So the very next day, Biff, Chip, and Wilf put up the tent again. And guess what? When they looked outside, they saw Floppy's shadow. Biff cracked a joke that how will we survive without an umbrella? So, have you understood how important umbrellas are in your survival kit? So remember,